A very good afternoon to you and welcome here to Netwatch Cullen Park for the Joe Malamotor Senior Football Championship Final. It sees Selbridge up against Naas and the teams heading out there on their parade at the minute. There's 3 changes on both teams. We'll give them to you quickly. Shane McNamara will line out in goal for Selbridge. Number 2, John Clark. Coming in wearing number 22 is Peter McAteer for Hugh McGrillen, and wearing number 4 in the left corner will be Mick O'Grady. The half back line on touch, it's Kevin Flynn, Mick Constantine the captain, and Liam O'Flynn. At centre field it's Dean O'Donoghue and Tony Archbold. Then there's 2 changes in the half forward line. Paddy Wall wearing number 18 comes in for number 10 Conor Plunkett. Number 29 Aaron Brown comes in for number 11 Johnny Owens, and Kevin O'Callaghan, he remains on touch wearing the number 12 jersey on the left wing. And in the full forward line it's unchanged. Davy Hughes will wear 13, Fergal Conway 14, and Paddy Brophy will wear number 15. For Naas there's also 3 changes. They all come in the forward. So to give you the team, it'll line out with Luke Mullins in goal. The full back line of Cathal Daly, Brian Byrne and Mark Maguire. The half back line on touch with Paddy McDermott, Owen Doyle and Owen Priceman. At centre field it's Paul McDermott and James Burke. Then in the half forward line, 1 change here. It comes on the 40 where Sean Hannafin wearing 30 comes in for Eamon Callaghan. On the 2 wings, Alex Byrne and Jack McKevitt. And in the full forward line, 2 changes both in the corner. Dara Kerwin comes in for Kevin Cummins, and Conor McCarthy wearing 18 comes in for Kieran Doyle. Wearing the number 14 jersey will be Dermot Hannafin. As the teams head out on their parade there, getting ready for the action. Our match officials in the middle, of course, they're all in black today. It'll be Paddy McDermott from the Ellistown Club is the man in the middle. He getting to referee his first ever Senior Football Championship final. He'll be helped up by Brendan Cawley, Billy O'Connell and Lee Moore. Umpires Anthony Lawler, John Byrne, Johnny Farrell and Thomas Keogh. So decent crowd still here. Obviously great excitement after the intermediate final that was won in the closing stages by Alan Wood. And they are the intermediate champions that will be playing senior football next year. So this, of course, very, I suppose, historic occasion. The fact that the Kildare Senior Football Championship final is being played in Netwatch Cullen Park, but of course the development of St. Conleth's Park is the reason why we're here. And hopefully this time next year, the first 2 matches to be played in the new St. Conleth's Park will be the County Senior Football and Hurling finals. But here we are today anyway in Carlow as the players go out on the parade there. Selbridge, their only Senior Football Championship win came in 2008, and they have reached the last 10 semi-finals. It's only their 2nd time in the final in the last decade. That last time to come was in 2017, whereas Naas are going for 3 in a row. It was last done in the 1950s by the great Sarsfields team, so it's never been done since. A couple of teams have got there, but it seems to be one thing in Kildare that teams are just unable to bridge that gap to be able to get over to equal it anyway. Will Naas be able to do it today? Well, we'll wait and see, because this is of course the Selbridge and Naas teams, 2 teams that know each other fairly well. Lots of guys with inter-county experience that would have played with each other at both underage and senior level. So it's a real battle of 2 titans here as Kyle Piper, Ger Dunn brings the teams around on their parade as they break away. Will be shortly standing for Oran Levine, captained by Owen Doyle. And led out there as well, Selbridge were by Mick O'Grady.
Before Oran Levine, can I please ask everyone to stand for a minute's silence for Colette Cullinan of Naas GAA, who passed away this weekend. Colette was a mentor and an officer with Naas GAA. On behalf of Kildare GAA, we wish to extend our deepest sympathy to Colette's family and friends and to the wider Naas GAA community. Ar yesh day go raibh a Hannon. May she rest in peace.
Please remain standing for Around Naveen.
Of our Naveen here by Ger Dunn as we get ready to get going here. Just as you look at the camera, you might be wondering, who are these two teams? Well, Naas are all in white with the blue shorts, and Selbridge in their change strip, of course, of their red and black. So just in case you're wondering, of course, if you're looking at this video, you're probably the team that is celebrating after a county final victory. As we get ready for the Joe Malin Motors Senior Football Championship Final, live from Netwatch Cullen Park here in Carlow, between Naas and Selbridge. Naas going for 3 in a row, Selbridge only going for their second ever win of the Dermot Burke Cup, which has just arrived beside me. And Paddy McDermott throws the ball in. Naas get a touch on it there with Paul McDermott, James Burke, his midfield partner. Both of them missed the semi-final win against Clane, but both back in position here. But 3 changes on both teams, and I'm sure as the game works out, we'll be explaining those to you. You call them out there in the last few minutes. With this ball taken down by Kevin Flynn. Good burst of speed by Flynn, coming inside now as Selbridge attack the Sugar Factory end. It's a great start from Kevin Flynn, up and over the bar. And there you have it, early doors here. Just 28 seconds on the clock, and inter-county footballer Kevin Flynn marauds down the right hand side, cuts in and puts the ball after 40 seconds over the bar. Great start from Selbridge, of course managed by Micheál McDermott. Cavanman, of course, has had huge success in the counties that he's been in. Also, of course, managed the inter-county level. But, one, I think, for what possibly is his 6th county title victory in 5 counties today. With Naas being led up by Joe Murphy, who's endeavouring to win another county title in his home pitch. Of course, he won county titles here in Carlow with O'Loughlin and his home club, Éire Óg. But looking to do it with Naas, it would be something in the history books that too many won't be able to write home. But Kevin Flynn come forward with that ball. He was dispossessed of it by Paul McDermott. He looked to have committed a foul then on McDermott, and Naas played this ball forward. Alex Byrne in on top of the big man inside, Sean Hannafin. Dermot Hannafin in there as well, along with Dara Kerwin. Ball is with Jack McKevitt. Got a big score, of course, in remember, was it last year in the Leinster Club Championship? He's on the ball now is Owen Doyle. Bit of strapping around that right leg, giving it off to Alex Byrne. There's this ball across field here now. Naas going through the channels at the minute, and Paddy McDermott taking it on. Of course, a man who's playing plenty of county. Alex Byrne gets it back, fires it over the bar. But this game, I don't think it'll be as cagey as we might have seen in the intermediate. Expect to see it plenty of flowing football. Selbridge, of course, coming in here on a unbeaten streak. Beat Clogherinco in their first round game, 14 points to 7, 18-10 against Carbery, 16 to 1-8 against Clane. Beat Sarsfields by 3 points, 114 to 111, and then in the semi-final, a cracking game against Athy, 216 to 17 points. A closer game than probably the score suggests. Naas are also unbeaten, but they did drop points as such in the group against the tie, but both of them knew they were through, and they played out a 6-point apiece draw. But they beat Maynooth 1-16-2-9, Sarsfields 2-10-10, Moorfield 1-12-8, and of course Clane the last day by 1-8-9 points. People say Naas not firing on all cylinders. We'll see here today as that foul looked like a definite drag down Dermot Hanifin on Fergal Conway. Conway out around the middle, might be wearing 14. Ball locked in long towards Paddy Brophy. Gets a touch on it, but Naas pick up the break, and it's out here to Owen Priceman. Naas man down injured in the backfield. 4 minutes gone, a point apiece as Naas attack the Dublin Road end here, the Deer Park end of Netwatch Cullen Park. Good interchange of passes. Hanifin giving it off now to Byrne. Burns in a lot of form. Blocked away. That could have been a shot there in anger. Knocked away from by Constantine. Out for a 45. Billy O'Connell going out to market. Paddy McDermott, the man in the middle, is a Paddy McDermott playing for Naas as well. So better clarify, it's the referee we're talking about, and where's Micheál McDermott managing Selbridge. So McDermott's heavily involved here in the early stages. Billy O'Connell is the man that's out marking the spot for the 45. Brendan Cawley, the match official over on the far side. Luke Mullins has come up to take this 45. And then of course it was a county underage goalkeeper. Stepped away from the senior club team for a while, didn't he? And now back well established here. Game is struggling maybe to set fire here, but 5 minutes gone. Luke Mullins comes up to this and pulled it towards that left hand post. I think he's pulled it wide, and he has. Wide there then for him from that 45. Kick out to be taken by Shane McNamara. Shane around a long time now. 2012 he made his debut. There's a ball over the far side, but it looks like Naas have turned it over. Didn't find a red and black jersey, and it's in the hands of Brian Byrne. Brian, of course, dual star, captained the Naas senior hurlers to their title last weekend. They're 5th in a row, going for 3 in a row with the footballers. Gives it to Owen Doyle, of course, captain of the football team. Inside he hears a shout from Mark Maguire. Maguire then back to Prizeman on the Selbridge 65. Selbridge with men behind the ball now, 14 jerseys and all. Interchange of passes. Doyle giving it to McDermott. McDermott has or I should say, yeah, Paul and Paddy linking up there. Prizeman. Giving it to Dermot Hanifin. Dermot, of course, player of the year last year. Went on a bit of travelling earlier in the year and back now, of course, and lining out here wearing the number 14 jersey. Nice patient build up, and Selbridge not overly committing. Of course, you can see a number 29 jersey there for them. That's Aaron Brown. Paddy Wall is in as well, and Peter McAteer wearing number 22. They're in for Johnny Owens, Conor Plunkett and Hugh McGrillen respectively. On the ball, Alex Byrne got that score for Naas. Goes down now, tight area, being shepherded down that direction by Mick O'Grady. Two, of course, will know each other well. The other number 4 coming to win this, Mark Maguire, held on to it well, being tracked there by Aaron Brown. Won it back though. Gets it to James Burke. Another dual man, of course. Didn't play last weekend for the hurlers, but out here has that strapping around the right quad. Looks like the foul committed there by Fergal Conway on Paddy McDermott. That's a free in. Again, just the buzz around the crowd. It's not igniting just so far. 7 minutes gone. It's Netwatch Cullen Park in Carlow for the Joe Mallon Motors Kildare Senior Football Championship final between Selbridge and Naas. And a decent crowd, I'd have to say, in. Big, high dropping ball by Alex Byrne, and has he got his second point? He has. Alex Byrne. Minutes gone, 2 points to 1. Kick out again to come from McNamara, looking out the field, sun in his eyes. I don't know whether they could get him a cap or something, but Sun is starting to drop. It'll probably be gone by the second half anyway, as the ball out to middle looking for Flynn, but big catch by James Burke now. Burke looking to offload it, giving it to Dermot Hanifin, who dropped deep, looking to maybe play it into towards Sean, but elects to come out here to Dara Kerwin. That's on its way. That is a fine effort for Dara Kerwin right behind it. Lovely bit of play there by Naas. Claimed in the middle by James Burke, inside to Hanifin, offload to Kerwin, up and over the bar, and they're in a bit of a groove here now, Naas, in the early stages. Just finding their men that little bit better. Kick out to come from McNamara. There's a Selbridge man over on the far side, and it's picked up there from Mark from that kick out. John Clark venturing out and now playing the ball in towards Constantine. Mick, of course, well known on the music scene. Teacher in the real job, I'd imagine, but he's, of course, made himself well known, getting himself invited to all the right parties, but he's here today looking to party with his Selbridge team if they claim the title, only their second senior title if they were to come away with the win. Brophy gets the ball inside, getting away from the attentions of his marker, held up, throws the arm back out, shot! Ball came away. Didn't think that maybe shot for goal was on, but Paddy thought about the bottom corner, but it's blocked away and chance gone a begging. I think the easier thing might have been to tap it over, but Naas recycled the ball now and happy to be in possession of it. Working it out through the hands, and Alex Byrne has been everywhere in the opening stages here, kicking points and fetching the ball and delivering it towards the full forward line, but it's claimed there under no real pressure by Liam O'Flynn. Lovely ball out here to Tony Archbold. Archbold now into the corner here towards Brophy. Paddy Brophy, of course, a man who has played his football Selbridge and Kildare, and also did a term in Australia as breaking forward. Kevin off Callahan. That ball, that may be one of Kevin's strongest suits to have a shot off, but he did that time, but just didn't get enough purpose on it, and dropped into Luke Mullins' hands, and he gets it out to the middle where holding the play up there is Mark Maguire. Shout from Brian Byrne, taking it over the 45 and over the 65, should be over the Selbridge halfway line and taking it on again. Brian had the ball inside, but looked like there was a foul committed on Alex Byrne, but Paddy McDermott saw nothing wrong with it. Selbridge being urged on here by their mentors down to our right hand side. Tony Archibald playing it in again towards Brophy. He seems to be the main target man. Back to Aaron Brown. Lovely ball inside if it works out, but Naas get back in numbers there. Cathal Daly got enough on it. Got to be dangerous. So Mullins steps back into a bit of trouble. Got to extricate himself. He does. Did well, in fairness, to be able to find Jack McKevitt over on the far side. McKevitt being manhandled over there in a free out, and between Mullins and McKevitt they work it out. Thought Luke, after he pulled the handbrake a little bit, turned in back into a little bit of trouble, but eventually got the foot on the ball and over the far side towards McKevitt, and it's a free, and it goes back now into the hands of Paddy McDermott. Naas patient build up, 3 points to 1 a lead, 11 minutes gone in the Joe Malamother Senior Football Championship. Naas going for 3 in a row. The Dermot Burke Cup was rested there for the last 2 years. Of course, breaking a significant gap 2 years ago when they won it, but have dominated now and looking to win that 3 in a row. Ball inside here, taken on now by Dara Kerwin. Dara, of course, who played in the semi-final and hadn't played any football since the Monaghan game for Kildare. Back eventually comes here to Paddy McDermott. Infield he goes, looking for Byrne. Byrne plays a hand pass all the way across here then towards Mark Maguire. Maguire loads of time, there's very little urgency. Selbridge happy to play the channels. So are Naas. Byrne across field, picking out Paddy McDermott, driving forward, jinking and jiving, trying to distract Davy Hughes there. Over to the far side it goes, ball in towards Kerwin, driving on, here he comes in along the end line, loses control of it, out over the line, and a bit unfortunate there, Dara Kerwin. Kick out, and a good one by McNamara. Fergal Conway underneath it, let it come over his shoulder and held off the attentions of Paddy McDermott and throws it inside. Conway a little bit disgusted he didn't get the ball back there, but Selbridge keep the ball anyway and recycle it. Mick O'Grady offering himself up here, but it's going to be played forward there by Aaron Brown, is it? No, Peter McAteer in fact giving it to Aaron Brown. Aaron Brown looking to step in onto his right foot, has a shout outside. Ball makes it all the way over here to Constantine. Looks like he's fouled there, no question about it. Paddy McDermott saw nothing in that. Selbridge have won it back though with Dean O'Donoghue. There was no doubt a free in that. Ball with Conway. Here's a shout from O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan has a man outside him, 3 inside, and he elects to go to Conway, chipping it high and up and over the bar. Makes that 3 points to 2. Patient again from Selbridge there, but badly needing a score in a way. Haven't scored since the 42nd mark when Kevin Flynn, straight from the off, down along the line, came in along the diagonal run towards the edge of the square and fisted it over the bar. Naas have hit 3 since. Long time for Luke Mullins here. Referee giving him the benefit of the doubt, but eventually out to the middle it goes. James Burke underneath it. Got a bit of a touch on it, but eventually picked up by Alex Byrne. Lovely ball played in. Here's an opportunity now for Naas. Sean Hannafin playing it on soccer style. Looks to have hit the deck. Didn't see anything wrong with that. Ball hits the back of the net. But the referee said it was played along the ground. Don't know where Shane McNamara went when all that was happening, but the ball eventually ran all the way, but the referee said touched on the ground. Just in the tussle there, Sean Hannafin trying to hold off the attentions of John Clark. Referee didn't see anything wrong with it, and free out. Ball didn't stick there for Aaron Brown, fell away from Mick Constantine, and it's ball played in by Byrne, giving it to Paddy McDermott. County men linking up. Naas, of course, in their all white, no stripes today, or hoops, whichever you want to look. I suppose hoops would be the right term. Blue shorts. Selbridge in their chain strip of their red and black. Very striking change jersey, of course. Of course, it is part of their crest, the colours. So on the ball, Paddy McDermott, 3-2, 15 minutes gone. Not sparked to life just yet. Crowd very mundane, I'd have to say, as the ball played forward. And played forward by Maguire towards Kerwin. And he pointed the third point from a similar angle. He stole a couple of yards there, Billy O'Connell telling him, and so Paddy McDermott also where to place it. Billy's telling him you still have to come out a bit further. Dara coming up to this around the house a little bit, doesn't catch it particularly well, and it's into the hands of Shane McNamara. Probably was a little bit nonchalant with it. And out it goes on the far side to be played forward here by Peter McAteer. Try to get in there and win it. Fergal Conway being hassled and harried by Owen Doyle. Two lads that know each other fairly well, I'd imagine. And many a battle over the years as Byrne gets this ball forward. Back now to McDermott, Paddy. Back to Byrne, standing in the pocket on the top of the D. Has a flight at the post, it's over the bar. That's a good score by Alex Byrne, and he's having a fair county final so far here. Barely a murmur from the crowd though. 4 points to 2. Double scores, early stages. Alex Byrne is the man though that Selbridge need to be dealing with. McNamara gets it to Constantine, steps out. Mick doing quite well there at centre back. Gives it to Callaghan. Nemo Flynn, right, good ball to Mick O'Grady, a man with a bit of pace as well if he wants it. McDermott is in, or I should say Brophy is inside if he wants him. Brophy got away, he jinked the jive, but coming across, reading that very well was Cathal Daly. Helped out Luke Mullins there, and chance got a big in. Selbridge have, you could say, created 2 goal opportunities, haven't taken either. And Mark Maguire crosses into the Selbridge half now in 65 and plays the ball over on the far wing. Kevin Flynn shepherding Jack McKevitt at the minute. Being tracked there also by Aaron Brown. Referee says that's a foul by Kevin Flynn. And a free in. And I'd imagine Luke Mullins has been told to come forward to take this. 18 minutes gone. The prize and offer is right beside me with both colours Player of the Match award as well. And already I think one man is standing out in the early stages, Alex Byrne. 3 points already, and has been a catalyst for everything that's been going forward and going right for Naas. But the Dermot Burke Cup, will it be staying in Naas or will it be heading to Selbridge for the first time since 2008? And I always remember in 2008 a lot of people expected Selbridge were going to put multiple titles together. It just goes to show you sometimes history can be a heavy burden. They probably rattled off that semi-final hoodoo the last day as Luke Mullins comes up to this. Has he got a better trajectory on it? He has, Luke Mullins, and that's a good score. Had a wide after 5, but he is a point after 19 from that free. And it's the other custodian out to the middle where it's taken in by Kevin O'Callaghan. Paddy McDermott giving him the benefit that it's a mark. And now here he plays it to Liam O'Flynn. Paddy Brophy pulling the handbrake a little bit to try and get inside the attentions there of Dermot Hanifin, who I think was fouling once if not twice. And referee calling it back. 5-2 then, 19 minutes gone. A game that has failed so far to spark into life. Naas quite happy to just pick off the scores, and Selbridge happy to sit back, take the pressure and then maybe try and break on it, but at some stage you're going to have to go and meet Naas and take him on here. So Paddy Brophy into the dressing room and scoreboard end, knocking the ball in, dropping short, but it's going to be claimed back there by Owen Doyle, gives it to Brian Byrne, and they're going to come out breaking here in numbers with Paddy McDermott. It puts the pace from McDermott, has support if he wants, looking to be held up there by Dean O'Donoghue. Dean working very hard there, being praised by his management. But ball back here to Cathal Daly. Cathal has support from Maguire. Nearly like a bit of a training match. The crowd are so silent, we can practically hear the calls on the pitch. It's just failing to burst to life here. But Brian Byrne might light it up here a little bit, getting forward, and definitely the heels were clipped there accidentally, but going to be a free. And imagine Luke Mullins is on the way again. Message has been delivered on the line. I think it's Kevin Downs out there talking to Owen Doyle at the minute as Luke Mullins stands up to kick this into the Dublin Road end of Netwatch Cullen Park. 21 minutes gone. Chance to get his second point. Mullins comes up to this. He likes it. He's turned already up and over the bar from that free. 2 in a row for Luke Mullins. 6 points to 2. And going to be critical here is Selbridge. They haven't laid a glove on Naas so far. Ball out here from the kick-out from Shane McNamara, asking an awful lot of Mick O'Grady, and he's got injured in the process with Dermot Hanifin. And Naas, Hanifin is also injured, but Mick a bit shook there. Everyway kind of just collided into the side of Hanifin. O'Grady is up anyway. Lovely ball inside with McNamara, in fairness to him, he read it. Peter McIntyre gets it out here, and Liam O'Flynn giving the ball forward. O'Grady waited a little bit, was using his body to shepherd it away from Owen Priceman. Out over the line it goes, and Tony Archibald, very decorated player of course. Tony has won Leinster Minor under 20 and also an All-Ireland under 20 title. Of course, very much part of Glen Ryan's Kildare panel, as is the man that's on the ball, Kevin O'Flynn. Back to McIntyre. McIntyre at the step around a bit of trouble. Kevin O'Callaghan. Mick Constantine is out in a bit of space, but it's overcooked, and Naas could break onto it here. Strong play again here from Sean Hanifin. Selbridge just the basics at the minute. Naas won't care. They're going about their business here. Ball is in the hands of Alex Byrne. 3 points to his name. Playing the ball inside, but it's cut out there. Constantine wins that ball, held up by Hannafin. Free out. Loads him in over here in red and black. Gives it to O'Grady. O'Grady has Archbold if he wants, but elects to go back the other way. Now in a little bit isolated, but has a bit of support eventually from Dean O'Donoghue. Ball is played inside. Referee says that Aaron Brown picked it off the ground. And again, that attack from Selridge peters out. Naas looking to get on this ball. Brian Byrne now driving forward again. Has the option there, gives it to Dermot Hannafin. Hannafin. Dara Kerwin slipped, but managed to get up at the second time. Giving it off here now to James Burke. Byrne with 3 points to his name so far. As I said, has directed everything good for Naas so far. Giving it to Cathal Daly. Daly back to Kerwin. Kerwin into a tackle, bit of a meat in the sandwich. Somehow got the ball back though. Naas still hold on to it. Flighted ball in. It looking good for McKevitt. No, dropping into the grateful hands of Shane McNamara. And led off there for Selbridge. Selbridge crowd now starting to get on them a little bit because they're just being a little bit cumbersome in everything that they're doing. And Naas, the experience I think is telling here. Hannafin dropping it in over the bar. No, off the upright and out to the right and wide. And that, you'd have to say, would have been a present from Selbridge, the way that they just dealt with that. Chance gone a begging from Dermot Hannafin. 25 minutes gone. This game has failed to ignite at all. Naas just going through the motions. 6-2. Fergal Conway getting on the ball. Gets away from the other number 14. Given away again by Selbridge. Can't get beyond their own halfway line at this point. Their own side of the halfway line, I should say. As Hannafin gives it to Kerwin. Kerwin with the right foot dropping it in. And there you have it, up and over the bar. And Selbridge are going to have to rectify something quickly, because they're at sea out there. Dara Kerwin with his second point. So 3 for Alex Byrne, 2 for Luke Mullins, 2 for Dara Kerwin. And Selbridge have only come up with 2 points. The opening second score from Kevin Flynn that laid down a bit of a marker, but after that, very little. And then a point from Fergal Conway. Kevin O'Callaghan now moving, trying to get in towards Paddy Brophy. Gets a touch on it, Brophy. Looked like he was fouled, but the ball breaks here. Going to be given by Aaron Brown. Back to Brophy. Look at all the Naas jerseys. Brophy has to go on his own. Flighting it in, and it's gone to the left and wide. No support though. Don't think I can totally blame Paddy Brophy there. What hope had he? 35 metres out. 7 Naas jerseys around him. That ball got out to the left and wide from Paddy Brophy. This game petering out now to half time, you'd have to say. Mick O'Grady gets a touch on it, but it's picked up by Byrne. Quicker to the break. Gets away now. Byrne has loads of options. Kerwin or any either of the Hannafins goes left, goes right, and then tries for the shot in his own. Bad miss, you'd have to feel, when the 2 Hannafins are inside him. And it's probably the only thing that Alex Byrne has done wrong in this first half. Selbridge crowd trying to urge on their men, but you'd feel Micheál McDermott's going to have stern words with them at half time here to wake them out, whatever slumber they're in. They go short. Picked up here by Tony Archbold. Comes out, has O'Grady for support if he wants. Elects to come all the way across here though with a foot pass to Liam O'Flynn. The crowd trying to get behind him here. Looking to come down the field with it now with a bit of purpose and pace behind it. Ball is picked up by Tony Archbold after taking the original pass. Look at the jink and jive, left and right. Goes out on the left now. Tightened off angle though. 3 Naas men around him. Tries to get it back here to Brophy. Might work out for him. Hits the deck. Referee tells him to get up, move on. Brophy coming around the house a little bit. No one there really tight to him to give him support. Eventually jinks it out here and gives it to O'Flynn. O'Flynn inside to O'Callaghan. Ball is on here now though. Davy Hughes up and over the bar. Probably one of their better moves, and maybe that will wake up Selbridge. Ball over the bar from the man who practices actuary. Davy Hughes puts that ball over the bar, makes it 7 points to 3, and probably one of Selbridge's better moves of the game. 28 minutes gone. It's the Joe Malamotors Senior Football Championship Final for 2023, and it's in Netwatch Cullen Park. Luke Mullins taking all the time. The Selbridge lads not happy with it, but Paddy McDermott still gives them the benefit. Ball breaks, Selbridge are underneath it, and it's Dean O'Donoghue. Crowd trying to urge them on now, maybe with a bit of impetus before half time. Ball played out by Kevin Flynn. Patient build up. Conway holding off the tackle there from Paddy McDermott. Being met there by Dermot Hannafin. Definite foul. Paddy McDermott giving him the advantage, and just after they had extricated themselves, called the free, and it's going to be a chance, you would feel, from a place ball. Davy Hughes is the man with the ball in his hand, but is he happy to take it? Scored the last point with his right, going to take this with his left. 29 minutes gone. This might give them some purpose or hope if it goes over the bar. It's going to drop short though. Paddy Brophy underneath it, but it's tailed out to the left and wide. That's a bad missed opportunity, you would feel. Ace taking her time. Luke Mullins, that is, putting it down on the kick and tee, taking all the time he wants. Paddy McDermott giving it and allowing it as he plays the ball short over on the far side, goes through the hands though of their number 18. And of course is Conor McCarthy, replaced Kieran Doyle before the start. Also in Darragh Curran for Kevin Cummins and Sean Hannafin in for Eamon Callahan. Ball is inside, Brophy gets a touch on it, but there they are to mop it up with Conor McCarthy. Back it goes to Luke Mullins. Has an option here with Maguire, but elects to go short to Owen Priceman. Priceman coming out.
There will be a minimum of 2 minutes additional time.
2 minutes additional time to be played here. So we're nearly in that there. 2.5 to go. Ball is in the hands of Paddy McDermott. Naas not really being pressured here and just going about their business. Brian Byrne giving it to Alex Byrne. Alex Byrne elects to go back to Byrne. Look at all the space and time Naas have on the ball. No pressure being exerted. You wouldn't think Selbridge were 4 points down. Happy to keep going through their game plan. But I have to say, of the points that Selbridge or Naas have got, it's been fairly handy for them. Mark Maguire back to Brian Byrne, back along the line to Owen Doyle across the halfway over the Selbridge 65. Eventually someone comes to meet him in Aaron Brown, throws the pass, didn't really look, but the pass was picked up in fairness by Hannafin. Back it goes to Byrne. Naas will be quite happy to play out the next minute and a half here and then pick their pocket. Hannafin, burst of pace there from McKevitt. Loose hand pass though. Down on it goes Kevin Flynn. Foul, says the referee. And Alex Byrne, just as Flynn was getting to his feet, pushed him down further and the ball is brought forward. Chance maybe for Selbridge to narrow the gap before the break. 1 minute they have left. Constantine, bit of burst there from Fergal Conway. He was fouled. Conway now. No one forward though, only Paddy Brophy. Got to commit men to the attack here now, Selbridge. Ball with McAteer. Into the hands of Davy Hughes, the last point scorer for Selbridge. Naas funneling players back now. 14 behind the ball. On with the drive with Dean O'Donoghue. Right footed ball, in it goes. Decent ball. Conway looking to spin around now. Needs an option off his shoulder. Aaron Brown puts it up good and high. It's dropping in though. Ball pushing it back, it looked like there. Shot coming in. It's O'Callaghan, is it? Just maybe the foot as he was falling, he was underneath it, goes over the bar, could have ended up in the back of the net, and Kevin O'Callaghan gets on the score sheet. Had a chance early on, didn't get it. He's taken that one, and it's narrowed the gap at least, giving them something to fight for in the second half. 7 points to 4 remains on the scoreboard. Time had almost going to blow up, I'd say, with Paddy McDermott. That's Paddy McDermott, the referee. Naisman down injured. Owen Doyle, and bit of altercation getting on there. Now there's a little bit of how's your father going on? Owen Doyle and Fergal Conway, two boys of course that wouldn't back down from any argument, and I think the referee has done the sensible thing as he called the half-time whistle. Just think they're making sure all the players have come to the middle. Billy O'Connell is not even sure that the full-time whistle is gone. And I think if it was Paddy McDermott now, I'd just call a halt. No. Player is down injured. And he's going to talk to the two players that were having a bit of a dust up. Not the two that we mentioned in the commentary, it's two others though. And all the players are gathered. This is a bit of a move by Owen Prizeman, because if there's free, no, he's definitely called half time now. And it comes to a fairly anticlimactic end. And the crowd is barely getting involved in this game. It is half time as the teams head to the dressing room then. So 32 minutes played. It has rarely, now is a bit of an altercation going off the field of play. And always one of the problems when you're heading to a tunnel like this, fierce tight here, that entrance and exit off the field. And Naas and Selbridge players getting to know one another, and that's been because there was a little bit of tension there towards the end of the game. Might have been better if the two teams weren't going off the pitch together, but the Naas man is still down being treated by the physio. Don't know whether we're going to see him in the second half, because he's looking fairly ginger at the minute, whatever way he fell under that tackle. The Selbridge lads haven't gone in off the field. There's a lot of the Naas lads gone in, and to me the Selbridge lads would be better off getting in off the field of play. They obviously are grieved by whatever one of the Naas lads did. But, at this stage now they'd nearly be better off getting in off the field and try and resurrect their second half to see can they challenge Naas, because they really haven't turned up in that first half. So the officials having a word there to see what was the altercation, who was involved, and maybe if there's going to be retribution for it. But at half time, fairly anticlimactic end to anticlimactic first half, despite the fact that they have 7 points on the board. Naas haven't really been pressured in that, and it's come easy to them. Alex Byrne directing them off at the early stuff after the opening score from Kevin Flynn for Selbridge. Alex Byrne took a bit of control. He got the next two scores, and they were to follow on with Dara Kerwin, Byrne again, and Luke Mullins also chipping in with points from frees before Selbridge realised that they might start playing in the game with Fergal Conway, Davy Hughes, and picking up a couple of scores along with Kevin Callahan there with the closing score. So here at half time, as I said, not a whole lot to write home about, despite the fact that 7 scores to 4 on the board. You'd imagine it should liven things up here, but it has really struggled to set fire as the 1998 Jubilee team from Round Towers comes out onto the field of play to be introduced to the crowd here at half time. We finish up here at the break. It's Naas who are favourites to win 3 in a row. They lead here at half time by 7 points to 4. Being made aware of anyway. Paddy Wall is in there for the throw. He was there from the start, but that doesn't really work out. James Burke wins the throw in. Alex Byrne straight away getting it down into Hanifin. Hanifin scoops slow to be able to pick it up. Dara Kerwin, I should say, is on it. Looking to step inside now for the drive as he did in the second half, as he got an opening score here. Umpire waves it wide there after just 17 seconds. Chance gone a big one for Kerwin. Kick out to come down from Shane McNamara, and Selbridge needing a bit of spice out at the start of the second half. Out to the middle, bit of a lucky one, but it's won by Tony Archibald all the same. Got in ahead of James Burke. Archibald plays it out to the left hand side. I'm going to be driven on here a little bit by Liam O'Flynn. Is it? Yeah, it's in his hands and he's driven on, getting away from McKevitt, giving it to O'Grady. O'Grady steps back, giving it to looks like Paddy Brophy has dropped out now a little bit deeper on this, maybe in the second half. Looking to drive it in there from 40 metres out, but elects to go with a hand pass. Hops in front of O'Grady. O'Grady has to spin out around 3 or 4 Naas men. The ball is still with Selbridge here as they try to recycle it. Into a bit of a gap here now. Tony Archibald offloads his pass. Shot here from Hughes, up and over the bar. Good move from Selbridge. Found a punch a hole. Might have been lucky on the two occasions in getting that pass off, but it doesn't matter. It's up and over the bar, and Davy Hughes has got his second score of this game, and now maybe the crowd will try and lift behind him here. 7-5. Ball breaks and it's worked out in favour of Peter Mackett here. Across the field it goes now. Liam O'Flynn looking to offload and keep moving the pass forward here. Sure, Micheál McDermott had to have strong words with Selbridge at half time here. Look at this skip away now as Peter McIntyre has advanced forward a bit more in the second half. Tony Archibald inviting his forwards to come towards him to be able to offload the pass here. Taken in near by Dean O'Donoghue. Gets inside Alex Byrne and Dermot Hannafin there, giving the pass to Constantine. Looks in field, there's men loose there, but it's Paddy Brophy he gives it to. Then it's back to Archibald, coming forward, definitely hit the deck. And a chance to get level here with Davy Hughes standing over this, I'd imagine, with his left foot. And a yellow card there for, was it? No, sorry, his hand, thought it was a yellow card produced, but it's just a hand up of Paddy McDermott showing the way forward. That's Paddy McDermott, the referee from Ellistown, refereeing his first senior football championship final. So Davy Hughes had one from further out down the other end in the first half. Maybe with the sun on his back this time it might be a little bit easier. That looks on its way. That's a good score. Davy Hughes has got the first two scores of the second half, and the Selbridge crowd obviously have turned up. A bit more noise from them. 2 points in 90 seconds for Davy Hughes, one from play, one from a free. As Luke Mullins takes his time placing this ball down. 7 points to 6. Joe Murphy aiming to win 3 county titles in Netwatch Cullen Park for 2 counties. James Burke, lovely flick down for Brian Byrne. The 2 hurling men linking up, playing the ball into the corner now. Hannafin going to have a strike. This will be some score, up and over the bar. Simple football. Kick out from Luke Mullins, touchdown by Burke to Brian Byrne into Sean Hannafin over the bar. 4 passes, point for Naas. They start the second half, a good score for them, replying to Davy Hughes' score. Selbridge have got possession, giving away a ball though, driving onto it. Owen Prizeman has a bit of space in front of him, has an opportunity to give it to Kerwin. Kerwin anxious for ball, hadn't played a whole lot of football of course in the last few months. Looking to pass off here to Alex Byrne, had a great start to the game. 3 points in the opening quarter, passed in to Hannafin. Hannafin's have linked up well here, 1 for Sean, 1 for Dermot. 2 scores for Naas, 9 points to 6. They've wiped out now the scores from Davy Hughes, have they? 2 scores in 60 seconds from the Hannafins have put Naas 9-6 in front. Again, coughing up some ball from Selbridge. They're minding it a little bit better this time. In the possession of Dean O'Donoghue, dropping deep for this. Has a man advancing forward for him if he wants. Looks like he overstepped the ball, but the referee allowing the play to continue. Trying to get forward here, Fergal Conway. Right-footed ball. Not a great ball for Brophy, but it might work out. Ball was touched back. Referee says there was a foul committed on Fergal Conway there as he played it forward. And it's going to be a free. Mick O'Grady is the man that's going to take it. Been told to go back by Brendan Cawley. Linesman official on this side, over on the far side, Billy O'Connell. Ball played forward there and well taken by Paddy Brophy from Cahaldale, or I should say from John Clark's pass. Again, I thought the game was going to ignite there with those 2 early scores from Davy Hughes, but Naas punctured the balloon a little bit on Selbridge and they have to come up the mountain again. Drop short from Paddy Brophy. Conway got a touch on it, Mullins was out to it, and away it goes here. Picked up by Mark Maguire, has to step around, go back across his own goal, but Brian Byrne is there. And Owen Doyle has to stretch for it, but out he comes with it. Men left and right of him, elects to go right. And it's checking his run there, Jack McKevitt. Prizeman on the 65 metre line to go back over on 65 to Doyle. Doyle, here's Byrne over here on the left hand side. Brian Byrne, of course, as he said, captain Naas hurlers to their 5th county title in a row last Sunday in Hawkfield. Here he is in Carlow today, and I'm sure he'll be backing up on Doyle as he is the one that lifts the Dermot Burke Cup. Paddy McDermott, crossfield ball for Doyle. Selbridge 13 men back. Puncturing the way through Dara Kerwin. Kerwin going to have a fly off at the right foot. Is it up and over the bar? It is. That's a fine score. Dara Kerwin, his 3rd point of the game.
Substitution for the Selbridge team.
Selbridge now making a substitution. 17.
Replaces number 29, Aaron Brown.
So Killian Brown on for Aaron. And 1 Brown for another. Selbridge needs something again now. Maybe Selbridge got the semi-final monkey off their back and now we're struggling with the final. I don't know, but they just seem to lack a little bit of push and determination here to go on and win this Dermot Burke Cup. They're 3 points down, having got back to a point. They've just allowed Naas get ahead again, and Paul McDermott offloads his pass. The midfielders linking up. James Burke has a shot, but he's pulled it to the right and wide. Bit of a miss there. Both lads, of course, missed the semi-final. But back here today. Selbridge again, possession, coughed up. Naas happy to funnel it through. Selbridge crowd trying to get on their lads to get going, but Naas just going through the motion. Cathal Daly driving forward. Owen Doyle. Paul McDermott. Prizeman all the way then out here to Doyle from Byrne. Back it goes. Selbridge just standing back. At this stage, feel they have to commit them into the push-up. Brian Byrne able to advance forward. Hannafin to the far side. Ball lofted in, not a great ball, but maybe underneath it James Burke might be able to win it. Gets up, loses control of it. Might have hurt himself there, and the Naas man and the Selbridge man are hurt with Paddy McDermott says foot went in there, it's going to be a free out, but it looks like we have a bit of bother for, is it Tony Archibald, is it?
Substitution for the
Just the way it fell awkward there after that challenge with
O'Regan
James Burke.
replaces number 18, Paddy Wall.
Niall O'Regan wearing number 30 coming in. He replaces Paddy Wall. Paddy, of course, had come in for Conor Plunkett. There's 2 changes in the half forward line for Selbridge after they made 2 changes at the start. And they're looking for new impetus there, it would seem, from the men that come in, Killian Brown and Niall O'Regan. Again, the game just gone dead a bit. Play stopped here. The physio's out there, and I don't know whether they're appealing for some help or whatever, but looks like we're going to have a bit of a stoppage here. And the players are being pulled together. Brendan Cawley's calling a halt to the officials going out onto the field, but the players are pulling together, so it looks like we're going to have a bit of a stoppage here. Oh, maybe we'll just take the camera off of the stricken player down there. And waiting for the first aid crew, but unfortunately I think it just was that high ball that came in there and just a collection of bodies and everything. And both James Burke and I think it is Tony Archibald hit the deck together, and James eventually got up, but Tony is still stricken down there. I think it is him anyway, and in a little bit of bother, I'd imagine. Players getting together now, and it'll be interesting to see will this ultimately have an impact on the game. With all thoughts now with the injured player. Joe Murphy happy with what he has said to his Naas team. Selbridge continue to huddle together, but again they need a bit of a lift here. And the players seem to be quite anxious to get back into position, but I think we're going to be another couple of minutes here. I don't know what the anxiety was to break away and get back into position. Surprised that both management teams there not keeping them together a bit longer, because now they're all sporadically across the field again. Maybe there's not a whole lot more you can say. So it's going to be a lengthy stoppage, and there's going to be a bit of time at the end of this, and it's 9 points to 6 this game. Of course, 7 points to 4 at half time. Selbridge getting off to the start after 40 seconds with a point from Kevin Flynn, and you thought that was going to be the start that Selbridge wanted. There's no question about it, but it was Naas that were the ones that bounced quickly. Alex Byrne with a point from play, then a free, and then Dara Kerwin with points, and then Alex Byrne followed that up again on 16 minutes, and they led by 4 points to 1. Naas threatened, or Selbridge threatened, but they failed to get a whole lot except a point from Fergal Conway, and then it was 2 points from Luke Mullins, and Naas were led by 6 points to 2. But a bit of a push from Selbridge, saw late points from Davy Hughes and Kevin O'Callaghan, but Naas were still to go in at half time, 7-4 to the good. Started the second half, and Selbridge come out with a little bit of impetus and got a fine point from Davy Hughes after a well-worked ball through the hands. And then subsequently they turned over a kick out and advanced on a free, and there was 2 points in the space of 60 seconds from Selbridge, and they had them back to a 1 point game. 6 points for Selbridge, 7 points for Naas. But then the two Hanifins got involved. 2 balls played inside at various different angles, and both of them were able to find the black spot on the crossbar over the bar for Naas. 9 points to 6. Those points happened on 34 and 35. And while we've been stopped now for the last 3 minutes or thereabouts because of the injury to the Selbridge player, it's a game that has struggled to spark to life here. And with this stoppage now, it'll be nearly like the game starting all over again. Selbridge player and taken from the field. And we wish him well with recovery.
Substitution for the Selbridge team. Number 10, Conor Plunkett, replaces number 9, Tony Archibald.
So Tony Archibald, that injury replaced here, and we're about to get going again. Conor Plunkett is the man that comes in then. And Selbridge now definitely have at least another 20 minutes as Mick O'Grady drives on now, 9-6. Crowd trying to urge them on as best they can, but it's for a fine turnout here. It's been a fairly mundane game, I have to say. Might have been a lack of quality in the intermediate game, but definitely the last 10 minutes there was a lot of tension and anxiety and tit for tat about who wanted to win it. But the minute here, Selbridge showing no leadership, a gumption that they wanted bad enough. But again, they have enough quality that they could do it. Number 30 on his back is Niall O'Regan, dropping it in and dropping it over the bar. The bench have got up, they want him to lift. Let's see what happens now. Niall O'Regan getting that point, patient and in, build up, and eventually got in the right place. He came in for Paddy Wall, and now we have a Selbridge man in down in the nets at the far end. And Selbridge physio being well worked here. It's Conor Plunkett who has just come in. again, we've just got started. We got a fine score from Niall O'Regan, and he's gone. Conor Plunkett just after coming in. And looks like he's wants to play on, but I think the physio has made the call there. And it looks like Johnny Owens is going to get a chance to come in. So bizarre situation there. Conor Plunkett literally on 60 seconds.
Substitution on the Selbridge team. Number 11, Johnny Owens, replaces number 10, Conor Plunkett.
So kick out to come then. Conor Plunkett just probably was so anxious to get in there and make sure that ball went over the bar. Whatever happened, he turned his ankle anyway. And imagine he's fairly disgusted. It's 9 points to 7. Considering the performance Selbridge put in the semi-final and the quarter-final, they've looked nothing like that here today. Owen Doyle using his hand, shepherding the son there to make sure he got the ball in the right place. James Burke, Paddy McDermott, Owen Doyle. Now there's a bit of pressure coming on from Selbridge. It's only the first time. Now we've a 2-on-2 situation here. Break coming on. Owen Doyle, clip the ankles, play on. The Selbridge lads are driving on. Kevin O'Callaghan, he's going to have a shot. It's gone over the bar, but it won't count. Paddy McDermott. Owen Doyle is in bother here. Can't see how he remains on the field. It's a deliberate trip, but it's a black card offence, but could it be considered worse? That's up to Paddy McDermott here. Did he deny scoring opportunities? Could it be a red card? It's definitely black, I would say. It's a black card. So Naas down to 14 men with 11 minutes of normal time to go. And Owen Doyle would feel he had to do it to stop a Selbridge shot at goal. As Kevin O'Flynn driving that ball in, and that's exactly what they didn't need there. Bad wide from him. Owen Doyle, black card, and off the field of play then. And we'll get back on before the end of this game, because we will have, I'd say, definitely 5 to 6 minutes of injury time, if not more. Selbridge all of a sudden have decided to push up on Naas and have to go for it now at this point, with an extra man and everything. Nine points to 7. Ball back to Luke Mullins here. Has support if he wants it from Paddy McDermott. Selbridge being urged to step up here by their management team. Haven't stepped off all game. But Paddy McDermott, a bit of a speed merchant as we know. Paddy being tracked all the way there by Niall O'Regan. Still held off the challenge. Gets it off to Maguire. Maguire looking to offload the ball inside. It's Dara Kerwin. Up and over the bar. That relieves the pressure. Back out to a 3-point lead. 51 minutes gone. Dara Kerwin having a good game. 4 points in the county final. He's trying to drive it on here now is Fergal Conway. Stepping out around the challenge of Owen Priceman. Gets off the pass. Back into the hands of Peter McIntyre. Constantine. Just to reiterate again, of course, Tony Archibald off the field with looks like a serious injury. We wish him the very best of luck with his recovery. Dean O'Donoghue on the ball, giving it now to Mick O'Grady. Naas down to 14 men after Owen Doyle was black carded for a cynical enough trip on the break by John Clark. Naas funneling the men back. They'll be, of course, quite happy to see out the next 10 minutes. If they only concede one score, I'm sure they'll be happy. O'Regan. Giving it to Flynn. O'Grady. Clark. Flynn. Brophy. Constantine is out there as well. Looking to drive through a bit of a gap. Constantine. Mick is still going. Hall to the ground. Free in. Fergal Conway giving Paddy McDermott a few words there. I'm sure he feels that it's deserving of a card. But it's going to be Paddy Brophy going to take this. And Naas, Selbridge already getting set up for the Naas kick out. Brophy puts the ball up and over the bar. His first score at this county final. Coming from a free here after 53 minutes of play. 10 points to 8. We're going to have, I would say, definitely another 10 to 12 minutes. Kick out from Luke Mullins. Doesn't go well. Intercepted by Hughes. Giving it off here to O'Regan. O'Regan giving it to Brophy. Brophy, will he elect to give it back? No, it's coming around the house a little bit. Pull it to Jersey surely. No free, says the referee. Back to Brophy. Brophy inside. Held up there again was Johnny Owens. Back to Brophy on his left. Up and over the bar. Paddy Brophy, from not having scored to now is having 2 in a row. And there's 2 men down injured. Paddy Brophy with 2 in 45 seconds. And another stoppage here. James Burke in a bit of bother here. He does have his quad on the right, heavily strapped. Or his hamstring, I should say. But he's up and moving anyway, maybe just killing time. For a man that was down holding his hamstring. He's moving fairly well now. Derek Kerwin coming out to try and win the ball. Didn't really look as he kicked it, but it still worked out here. 2-on-2 situation. Won by Sean Hannafin. Definitely was fouled. Fouled again. The referee eventually gives him a free and then he reacts. By the laws of the land, that's a throw ball. Substitution about to happen here. It's going to be 14 for 13, so looks like Dermot Hannafin is coming off. Kevin Cummins is coming on.
Number 17, Tom Brown replaces number 12, Jack McKevitt. And number 13, Kevin Cummins replaces number 14, Dermot Hannafin.
So Kevin Cummins on for Dermot Hannafin and Tom Brown returning from injury in the last couple of weeks, back on in the running here playing for Jack McKevitt. Luke Mullins with this and he's pulled it to the left and wide from that free. Selbridge now getting behind their team because there's only a 1-point game, 10 points to 9, and Naas still of course down to 14 men. Plenty of men behind the ball. Fergal Conway taking this on. Mick Constantine coming across. John Clark has his hand up, he wants it. Constantine pushed off the ball after he kicked it, but play continues. Giving it here now to Dean O'Donoghue. Heavy solo, but it gets away with it. Still in possession of the ball. Has an opportunity to give it to Kevin Flynn, but turns back inside. Maybe give it to Johnny Owens, but elects to go all the way across the field back to Constantine. Gets on to the Naas 45. Mick Constantine now. Selbridge haven't won this senior title since 08. Their only ever title. Brophy. Back out to Kevin O'Callaghan. Callan looking to step away from Alex Byrne. Puts on a bit of a burner here. Kevin O'Callaghan looks like he's charging there. Still going, and eventually it's going to be a free out. Kevin went into a little bit again of a dark alley. Wasn't going to be able to extricate himself and put the head down and eventually overplayed the ball. 10 points to 9, 56 minutes gone, 7-4 at half time. Bit of a better performance in Selbridge in the last couple of minutes, especially since Tony Archibald was stretchered off. 2 points from Paddy Brophy, a free, and 1 from play. Physios have been busy on both teams. Couple of minutes left of Owen Doyle's black card. Mark Maguire looked to come forward. Kept possession of that ball somehow. Alex Byrne, quite enough in the second half. Had a very good start to the first. Ball into Derek Kerwin. Plenty of movement from him. Definitely a man who's playing his way into man of the match territory. Naas taking their time. Will count down the seconds, you would imagine, here to be able to get Owen Doyle back on the field. Don't concede the leveler, you would feel, and they might be done enough. High challenge there, I thought, by Niall O'Regan. Paddy McDermott is down. That's Paddy McDermott, the player. Paddy McDermott, the referee. Looking for the substitution there. Number 29, Aaron Brown. Davy Hughes is the man gone off. I'd say his legs are done. Looking by the face, Aaron Brown is on. Paddy McDermott got caught around the neck all right, but I think a bit of showmanship here now from Paddy, buying a bit of time. Naas officials looking for a black card. Judging from what I can hear in the background, but Paddy McDermott, the referee, having very little sympathy for Paddy McDermott, the player. Anyway, the player's on the ball now, and he plays it in towards Kerwin. Could be instrumental in ensuring that this title stays in Naas. Surrounded and hassled and harried there, but the break works out, and McDermott is there to pick up the pieces. Infield to Paul. The McDermott's linking up. Paul getting back on the ball here. Back it goes to Byrne. Brian Byrne, captain of the hurlers last weekend, to their 5th title in a row. Naas currently in the driving seat to win their 3rd football title in a row. Byrne extricates himself from 3 tackles, and eventually Naas maintain possession. 58 minutes gone, 1 minute more, and Owen Doyle is back on the field, and they'll still be in front. Tom Brown giving it all the way across here. Eventually it goes to Mark Maguire. Doyle getting ready to get on the field. Holding on to the ball, Paddy McDermott. They're quite content, Naas, to do this. We still will have a lot of additional time. Paul McDermott on the ball, helped out by Paddy. Back eventually goes to Luke Mullins. Yet feels Selbridge have to push up on this here. They have an extra man, why aren't they committing to it? Won't matter to Naas anyway. Paddy McDermott very instrumental in the killing of the possession, and they're quite happy to hold on to it. Now Naas man is going to be in a bit of bother here. Owen Prizeman, but able to get the ball back to Conor McCarthy. McCarthy, of course, who started the game in place of Kieran Doyle. Back with Paul McDermott. The McDermotts have been, as he said, very instrumental in this passage of play here. Alex Byrne stepping away from the tackle of Mick O'Grady, and he's gone, Alex Byrne, eating up a little bit of ground, getting away from Kevin Flynn as well. Byrne is still in control of the ball somehow. Surely a free on him, he's still going. Second foul committed, you would imagine. Still has the ball, Alex Byrne. Eventually loses it, free out.
9 minutes additional time.
Alex Byrne, to me, fouled twice in that build-up, and Owen Doyle back on the field of play. Naas did what they had to do. They maintain possession and maintain their lead. Ten points to 9. Selbridge finding the struggle to win their 2nd senior football championship title. Last one and their only victory, 2008. 10 semi-finals in the last decade, only their 2nd time in the final. Last final, of course, 2017. Foul committed by the Naas man, but Sean Hannafin was it or wanted? No, Sean is there. Eamon Callahan looks like he's getting ready to come in. A yellow card, I should say, was given to Alex Byrne. Don't know why. But here's a break on now. Don't forget, if it ends in a draw, it's a replay. Driving on with this here is Liam O'Flynn. Paddy Brophy giving it in field now to Johnny Owens. Owens, back he goes. Held up there is Aaron Brown. Brown out to O'Callaghan. Callan with the burst of pace is going for the big one. He's pulled it though to the left and wide.
Substitution for the Naas team. Number 11, Eamon Callahan, replaces number 2, Cathal Daly.
The 62 minutes gone. Cathal Daly is gone. Eamon Callahan is in. Two elder statesmen of Kildare football on the field today here in Netwatch Cullen Park in Johnny Doyle and Eamon Callahan. Callahan getting onto the ball here now. Is he looking to win another senior football championship title? Doyle won, of course, an intermediate football championship title. A big win for Allenwood against Castledermot. Selbridge, though, have held on to the ball. And Callahan, in fairness, I don't know how he did, but using his strength there, physicality, was able to win that ball and get it on to Dean O'Donoghue. No one's heading home just yet. 10 points to 9. 11-1, 7 it was in the intermediate final. It's going to be similar and tight here by the looks of it to the end. Selbridge will kick themselves though if they go home having been this close. Ball with Aaron Brown. Brown turns into a bit of a tackle. Foul, says the referee. And a free in that you imagine they're calling forward their goalkeeper here. Is Shane McNamara going to have a punt at this? Didn't see what additional time is to be played. Nine, I'm told. I must have missed that. So 6 minutes remaining then. Plenty of time here. 10 points to 9. McNamara! Out to the left and wide. Two chances Selbridge have had. Both of them gone the same side of the post. Mullins takes it short. Gives it to Paddy McDermott. Comes across his own goal inside the D. A little bit exposed now. Needs a bit of help. Gets it from Owen Priceman. Priceman to Byrne. Byrne jinks left and right. Bit of a high tackle. Now exposed, but won the free. And using some of his smarts to win that free and get out to Priceman. Priceman giving it to Tom Brown. Good to see him back from injury. Going down along the far side. Fairly tanned as well he is. Tom, can't imagine he was idle while he was injured. As McDermott has a shot off, that's Paul. Umpire's going for the flag. That could be enough here. Still plenty of time, but a 2-point lead now, 11-9. Ball out to the middle. Eamon Callahan goes up and wins it. Takes the mark. Time to settle a nerve here. Playing a low ball in. McNamara is coming out from his goal. Shot coming in though from Kevin Cummins. Up and over the bar. And Naas have kicked for home here, I think. Eamon Callahan going to the clouds to win that one. Not challenged. Played a lovely ball inside him. With Shane McNamara, in fairness, had to mark that space. But Kevin Cummins never even looked a second time when he swung the ball over the bar. And all of a sudden, the lead is pushed out. 12 points to 9. Still 4 minutes remaining. I think it's gone from Selbridge here. Mick O'Grady though, giving it on to John Clark. Clark playing the ball inside. I think Selbridge need a goal. Ball is read expertly there by the Naas defence. And the chance, I think, for Selbridge was gone a begging. Kevin Callahan, Shane McNamara, 2 frees, ball went wide. And here to come again, in fairness. Flynn, opportunity maybe inside. Who wants it? Giving it on here to Paddy Brophy. Kick one with his left foot, but it's a bit far out for the left foot on this one. Ball is going to drop though. It looks like to Brown. It's up and over the bar from Aaron Brown. Narrows the gap. But is it all too little? 66 minute, 12 points to 10. Game has opened up a little bit, but Naas still have the advantage. Going for 3 in a row and trying to be the first team since the Sarsfields teams of the 50s to do it. As Sean Hannafin looks like he's going to find his name in Paddy McDermott's book. Yellow card for him. Luke Mullins has extricated as much time out of the kick out all day. Fetch Hannafin out in the middle of the field now. Plays it short here to Eamon Callahan. Kerwin could come short for it. Up it goes towards Kerwin. Ball inside. Callahan's on the deck, but it's 12 points to 10. Shot coming in there from Killian Brown. Not Killian Brown, I should say, Tom Brown. And it's gone out to the right and wide. Ball kicked away. Eventually, Shane McNamara puts it on the tee, playing it out. Rules at the moment, of course, being played out in freshers football. All kickouts beyond the 45. Going to be interested to see what impact maybe that will have on the future at inter-county and club level if it does come through. We're probably going to see what's out there now, bunched out around this area. 12 points to 10, 67 and a half minutes. 2 minutes left. Selbridge need a goal, I think. Fergal Conway looking to get away from Brian Byrne. Gets the pass off. Brophy was out around the house, got 2 big scores within 40 seconds of each other, and we thought that maybe they were going to just hit the deck at the right time and put it beyond Naas, but Naas bounced back. But here goes Selbridge with a charging run. Looked like it was overplayed. It's a free in and a chance to narrow to 1. Thought maybe the Selbridge player might have fouled the ball going through there, but the free given in by Paddy McDermott, and it's a chance here for Paddy Brophy. Narrow the gap, and surely he gives a little bit time to play the ball from there on. Heading on towards half 5 here. Paddy Brophy with a chance to make it a 1-point game. Into the Dublin Road end, he puts it up and over the bar. Three points for Brophy, 11 points for Selbridge, 12 for Naas. Short kick out just onto the top of the D. No pressure exerted there on Conor McCarthy. Gets it away. Naas hold on to the ball. They're county champions, you would feel. McCarthy giving it here to Owen Priceman. Priceman breaking the gap. Gets away from O'Callaghan into Burke. Burke throwing the ball back out here. Naas will do this very well. Just invite each other on. Eamon Callaghan, they'll go backwards with it here. Selbridge have to push up. Naas on to make history here. Be the first team since Sarsfields in the 50s to put 3 Dermot Burke Cups back to back. Amateur whistlers are the starting. Probably be the biggest noise we've got from the crowd all day. Being a little bit mundane here. Gives it away. Doyle gives it away to Brophy. Brophy looking to get away from Brian Byrne. Held up. Brophy still got to go. Bit of pressure on. There's men inside. Selbridge need a goal. Flynn giving it off here. A point is not enough, you would feel. It'll force a replay, of course. But if they want to win it, Paddy McDermott giving them the chance, but they have to kick for the score now, you would feel. Bad giveaway by Doyle. Callaghan still in possession of the ball. Hannafin showing him down to the right hand side. Ball is in, it's won by Naas. You would think that's it. Coming on to 70 minutes. Taken away by Alex Byrne. It's 3-on-2. This is going to be a game over, you would feel. Byrne playing it over. This is a chance here now for Kevin Cummins. Wrap it up. It's Dara Kerwin over the bar. Wraps it all up. Puts on the scoreboard 13 points to 11. Kick out to come from Shane McNamara. The whistle should be theirs. Yes, it's there. Dara Kerwin with the point at the end. 5 points from him in today's match surely puts him in the key man of the match position. But Naas put titles of 3 in a row. First team since the Sarsfields team with the 50s to do so. And I have to say, apart from maybe a few minutes in that second half, they weren't really under a whole lot of pressure. And were able to do the needful and take the victory. Selbridge will be seriously disappointed how they approached that first half. 7 points to 4 behind at half time. But Naas, they are the county champions. Victory here in the Joe Mallon Motors Kildare Senior Football Championship Final. Scoreline of 13 points to 11. A game, of course, he said 7 points to 4. Started so well for Selbridge with that opening score from Kevin Flynn. But in the next quarter, their only score came from Fergal Conway, whereas Naas were to have scores from Alex Byrne, who had 3. Dara Kerwin got in on the act, and then Luke Mullins pushed them further ahead with points from long-range frees. And while Selbridge did bounce back with Davy Hughes and points as well later on in the game from Paddy Brophy, and also chipping in with scores Niall O'Regan and Aaron Brown. Naas always had Selbridge, I think, at arm's length and were very rarely pressured. And Dara Kerwin, to me, with a man of the match performance. Alex Byrne definitely gets a note as well. The defence were just rock solid. Were able to change course, delay opportunities for Selbridge, and also set up attacks. How often did Brian Byrne make runs up the field of being in possession of the ball, even on the top of Selbridge's D? But Naas, as you said, I feel rarely troubled, and they have made history here and did it without really having to raise too much of a sweat. 13 points to 11. They are victorious. 3 in a row for them. Personally, for Joe Murphy, it's a bit of a significant one as well, winning 3 county titles here with 3 different clubs in Netwatch Cullen Park. One with Old Loughlin, one with Éire Óg, and one with Naas in Netwatch Cullen Park. But of course, his Naas team have won 3 in a row. That's definitely something that you mightn't see too many times in the history books. So well done to Joe on that personal one for him. But they march on. Victory here, as we said, in the Joe Mallow Motors Senior Football Championship Final. Naas are victorious. Dual champions again, 5 in a row for the hurlers, 3 in a row for the footballers. And of course, they march on into Leinster. So well done to Naas. Commiserations to Selbridge. They must be able to build and come at it again, but victory for Naas. Full-time score here in the Joe Mallow Motors Senior Football Championship Final. Naas 13 points, Selbridge 11.